The news is coming thick and fast as we head towards the end of the year, and Honda is back in the headlines as they've been caught with their proverbial pants down out shooting promotional material for the brand new Honda Transalp 750. What can we tell from the photos, and are the photos legitimate? Let's find out, well, now. Honda re-registered the Transalp name earlier in the year. That was our first tip that Honda were going with the Transalp name. Then a few weeks ago, Honda trademarked the Transalp 750 name in Japan. And we also got a tip as to the size of the motor, being a 750cc motorcycle. On top of that, through the Honda Hornet news, we also got the tip that the motor out of the Hornet that we will see at this year's International Motorcycle Show is likely going to be in the Transalp 750. These have been established as fairly legitimate. There are multiple European media outlets confirming that these shots were taken while Honda was out shooting advertising for the imminent release of this bike. The first thing that jumps out at me is the Transalp name. This is a Transalp, not a CRF 750L. Second thing that stands out to me overall is the aesthetic design. This looks a lot to me more like a bigger CB500X rather than a smaller Africa Twin. And some of you might be really disappointed because some of you might like the look of the Africa Twin better than the 500X, but I think this is a fantastic move from Honda because it really separates it from the Africa Twin. You look at it and you don't think Africa Twin, you don't think hardcore off-road. That's not what the Transalp is about. The Transalp is about being a fantastic all-rounder Swiss Army knife adventure tourer. So aesthetically, I think it looks reasonably good. It isn't offensively ugly, but neither is it a spectacular bike like the Desert X from Ducati. It's somewhere in the middle, which I think is just fine. That's usually what Honda shoots for. But I'd love to know your thoughts on the aesthetics, so chuck them down in the comment section down below. The other thing that really jumps out at me are those wire wheels, the spoke wheels. Not only that, a lot of articles are stating that this is a 21-inch front wheel, which is very pleasing for anyone that's wanting to do any amount of off-road riding. The rear is even harder to tell. Is it a 17? Is it an 18? Time will tell on that front. This looks pretty ready to roll straight off the showroom floor and do some basic adventure riding. It has a sump guard already. How strong it will be remains to be seen, but the fact that you get one stock is good to see, as well as a top rack. I'm surprised how many manufacturers don't give you a top rack with the purchase of your brand new super expensive adventure bike. The windscreen also looks like it gives you plenty of wind protection, which is something this bike really needs to offer given its adventure touring roots. The tank also looks a decent size. Of course, it's impossible to tell how many liters this is, but what about the engine, you say, Solid? What are we getting and how much power does it make? We can see from those pictures that it's definitely a parallel twins. The 750cc bit, that's already been confirmed by the fact that they've trademarked that cc size in Japan. And if you have eagle eyes, the sticker at the back looks like it says 750. We could get different sizes in different countries, but I don't think so. I think we'll all get a 750. As to the power, my guesstimation is somewhere around 75 horsepower, which I think is bang on perfect for this bike and exactly what you should expect. Multiple media outlets have said the same, basing their knowledge off parallel twin Japanese motorcycles. Think the Tenere 700. I think set your expectations somewhere around there. It could come in a little lower, it could come in a little higher. There's two big unanswered questions though that we still have from these spy shots, and that is the weight of this bike. How much weight is this bike going to be and where is it going to carry that weight, as that's always really important to me as a rider. And you know what I'm going to say, the lighter the better, whatever the bike for off-road riding. This really isn't the application where I think Honda are going to push the boundaries, being that this is an adventure tourer, but I'd really like to see this no more than the Tenere 700, but I'd just love to see a bike that isn't egregiously heavy. The other of these 2 points is the price. The old Honda Transalp was actually a fairly affordable adventure bike, which led to its cult status. Not only that it was extremely reliable, but it was also fairly affordable, so it was an everyman's adventure bike. Will they be able to maintain that affordability? Given how polished the photos are of this Transalp 750, I think we've got a decent chance of seeing it at this year's international motorcycle shows. And if it doesn't pop up there, I would expect to hear an announcement from Honda in the first quarter of 2023. I don't think we'll have to wait too long to get most of our burning questions answered. The middleweight category is really heating up lately, and if you haven't got your middleweight fix yet, check out my video of what we've just found out is a Suzuki V-Strom 700. Yes, you heard that right. And until next time, guys, don't forget to stay shiny side up, and I'll see you in the next one. Catch you later.